This is a serious story that's about to get a lot more serious.
Thousands in Orange County, California on edge, fleeing town, now bracing for the worst. As authorities offer a no-win scenario for an unstable, uncontrollable tank filled with hazardous chemicals, saying it will either fail and leak or explode.
I cannot emphasize, this is not precautionary. This thing is gonna fail. We don't know when.
The latest update, grim. Efforts to cool the tank and buy more time are failing. A team of scientists confirming it's only getting hotter.
The temperature was 90 degrees. Yesterday morning, it was 77 degrees when we backed out. It's been averaging about a degree an hour increasing.
The source of the problem, a bank of chemical tanks at an aerospace facility, one with a compromised valve containing about 7,000 gallons of methylmethacrylate, a colorless, highly volatile liquid chemical used to make plastics, a known toxin to humans.
It can cause a vapor. And my biggest concern is that if that vapor goes into the air and people inhale that, it causes significant damage.
This tank fails and we have an explosion. These represent our blast zone. The innermost circle represents areas where we can expect severe structural damage and significant harm. Beyond that, you'll see an orange oblong. That represents areas that are immediately dangerous to life and health, where it would cause injury if anybody inhales or is impacted by the product in question. And then the yellow is our non-hazardous zone, which is our odor threshold. This product has a very low odor threshold and can be smelt very easily, so that's why that representation is very large. But again, it is non-hazardous at that level.
MMA, the chemical in question, is a chemical used to manufacture plastics. And officials say smelling it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be bad for your health. However, residents in the area have apparently been reporting some issues like dizziness and other respiratory issues. It could potentially be hazardous to your health. About 15% of people in the evacuation zone actually have not left the area. They're refusing to leave. But officials say if you are outside of the evacuation red zone, then that there are no concerns to your health and that you don't even need to be wearing a mask. So that is the good news. Now, what officials are hoping will happen is that they will be able to cool the chemical enough that it will harden from the outside in, and they will be able to neutralize this issue. But there is no guarantee that that's going to happen.
I've been watching a few different videos on this, and I'll say it doesn't sound like it's likely at all. It's like, we hope we can do this, but it doesn't sound likely at all. Nothing's working, and there is no plan that they actually think is going to work. So I don't think they're going to, cool it down to that point. It's either going to blow up or spill. And it's still saying, if you're outside that zone, no danger to your health. Don't even have to wear a mask, even if you can smell it. They lie. Remember when COVID started, they would say they went back and forth on whether you needed a mask or not at the beginning based on how many masks we had. They didn't actually care about the real science.
Joining us now to discuss, Environmental Protection Administration Administrator Lee Zeldin, whose team is in California working to prevent a disaster. Thank you so much for joining us, Administrator Zeldin. What can you tell us about efforts to keep that tank from exploding and the air quality in the area where people are complaining that they feel sick?
The Orange County Fire Authority is the lead agency. You have all levels of government, local, state, federal, working together. EPA has personnel on the ground, air monitors deployed in the local community. We've been involved in the modeling of different scenarios. We're being told that the tank will fail, but there are different scenarios as to what that means. The most catastrophic scenario being an explosion that results in other tanks to explode. That's the reason why you see such a big evacuation that's been done in the surrounding areas. I'm being told this morning that the most likely scenario is one of a low volume release where the local authorities are going to be able to monitor, neutralize, and contain the threat. The Orange County Fire Authority is working to keep the temperature of the tank down. That is very important. Keeping it under 85 degrees is key. And right now, this is an emergency response. This isn't yet an environmental response, and the scale of that environmental response will be determined based off of what happens when that tank fails.
So people are reporting getting sick, even though they're saying they shouldn't be getting sick and that there's no pollution in the air. Okay, that's how it always happens. Same thing was happening in Ohio with the train derailment when they had the chemical spill. There was shit in the water, the fish, You know, there was all these reports people had, and yet the professionals, oh, nothing to worry about. They always just lie. They don't care about you. Second thing, I don't remember Lee Zeldin's nose looking like that. Did he get in a fight or something, break his nose? And also, as Lee Zeldin pointed out there multiple times, the tank will fail. So yeah, also now they're spraying it with water, and I think they have a fire going right now in California, don't they? And they never have enough water in California, so California fucking mess. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Catch you on the next one. Bye.